What is going on, guys? My name is Baron, a developer B, and welcome back to episode 14 of the Bukkit coding tutorial series. And in this episode, I'm going to show you guys how to create inventories. And first off, I would like to apologize for not uploading over the break. I was busy with my family, so I hope you guys had happy holidays and a happy New Year's. So let's go ahead and get back into these Bukkit coding tutorials. And I'm going to start uploading these every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm going to try and start doing a schedule so I'm more reliable on when I'm going to upload and stuff and don't just spontaneously upload something. So it is beneficial for you guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into this tutorial. So as you can see, we are creating a trash plugin, and pretty much what's going to happen is the user is going to type the command /trash. It's going to open up an inventory, a big inventory like a double chest size, and the player is going to put the items that they want to delete inside. So it's kind of like a fast deletion process, pretty easy. They just put all the items they want to delete in there, hit escape, and bam, they are wiped from the inventory, and it will tell the player how many items they deleted. So let's go ahead and get right into this. It's a pretty useful tutorial, pretty useful plugin. Let's go. So here's the first class, pretty simple. We're just setting up the command. If you guys don't know what any of this is, I've already set up these classes. If you don't know how to do this, go check out my previous tutorials. We'll show you how to do all this stuff. But this pretty much is just setting up the command trash, and this is just setting up the listeners. So I decided to go do them in different classes. So there we go, we're done with that class. Now we are in the trash class. So pretty much this is the command, and the sender, the console, is obviously not going to be able to use this command because it opens an inventory. So we classed it to player. And in here we just set up our listener, and we're going to have an event handler down here listening to when the player closes the inventory so we can count the amount of items they deleted. So let's go ahead and do this little command. So this is going to be really easy, and just follow along with me and you guys should be able to get it. So just go ahead and type inventory. We are actually going to create an inventory. So inv, I guess, and we're going to equal it to bucket.createInventory. And we are going to have three parameters. We're going to use the very last one that just showed up right there. We are going to use inventory holder owner, int size, and string title. The inventory owner is going to be null, of course, and the int size is going to be how many slots you want. So you can't do an odd number like 42 or something, because that is not a multiple of 9. It has to be a multiple of 9 for it to work, and it can't be over 54. So we are making it 54, which is the max size, which is the size of a double chest. And we are going to have a string title, which is going to appear in the top left hand corner of the inventory, and we're just going to call this trash can. So let's do that, and we have successfully created this inventory. It's not going to automatically open for the player. You actually have to call a method called open inventory on the player and specify the inventory. So there we go. Opens the inventory, and it's just going to be a blank inventory with nothing inside of it. As you can see, if you wanted to, you can add different items into this. So you can set item to a specific slot and then a new item stack or whatever, but we are not going to do that. That is useful in hub menus and menus in mini games and menus in just anything. It's really useful for menus, and there will be a tutorial on menus in the future. Menus are really fun to create. So anyway, there we go. That is actually it for this command, where all we're going to do is create an inventory and have the player open it. Now this is going to be the most advanced part of this tutorial, where we are going to count the amount of items that the player is deleting and send them a message with how many they did. So let's go ahead and start off by creating the event handler and creating the event. So this is going to be an on-close event, and it's going to be an inventory close event, E. And in here, we want to make sure that we are going in the inventory, that the player is inside of the inventory of trash cans. So we're going to check and make sure that this inventory is the trash can inventory. So we're going to say get name dot equals ignore case trash can. Sorry, I'm a little bit stuffy if you guys haven't noticed. I've had allergies the past few days. But anyway, let's go in here, and we are now conclusive that the player is inside of this trash can inventory and they are not in their own inventory or something else. So this will only be run if they are inside of the trash can. And we are going to create an int amount that equals 0. And what this amount is going to do, it's going to be a placeholder amount that is going to remain at 0 if there are no items, but is going to increment if there are items. So the way we are going to track these items is actually through a for loop, and we are going to get the storage contents. And there's not a specific method inside of the inventory class that allows the user to just get the amount of items that are inside for every item. It is going to be required for us to loop through all of the items and count them ourselves. So we are going to do this through a for loop, and we are going to do it like this. So we're going to say if item is not equal to null. This is going to check if the item exists in there, so it's not an empty slot. We're pretty much just eliminating all the empty slots and only going for the items inside of the inventory. Now we are going to say amount plus equals item.get amount, and this is going to add to the current amount whatever the amount of an item is inside of the inventory, which is incredibly useful for us. And that is pretty much it for counting the items. And we're going to go down here, and we are going to use a thing in Java that is called the switch statement. And this is going to be useful for us so we don't have to write a bunch of if statements and else statements for our messages. This is going to be nice and clean for us to send our messages to the players. So we want to have a few instances that could happen to the player. So if the player is inside of the inventory and oh crap, they have 0 items whenever they close out, it's going to say you removed 0 items from your inventory. Like, that sounds kind of dumb. So we are going to say if there are 0 items, so 0 amount, if this amount still equals 0 after it passes through this, which means there's no items, then we are going to send the player a message saying that you didn't remove any items from your inventory. So just like that, it looks better, like the plugin actually knows that they had no items than rather than just saying you removed 0 items. Just looks nicer. And make sure after each of these cases you are going to have to break out of it, or it's going to run all the cases and it's going to be pointless. So go down here, type case 1. So this is going to be if the amount equals 1. As you can see, we are switching the amount, and each case is based on what number. So it's pretty much saying if amount equals 0, or, and then this one would be else if amount equals 1, and then this last one, which is called default would be else. So it's just an easier and cleaner way of writing this, and it's more organized and better looking. So the reason why we're doing 1 is because we don't want the S on the end of items. So we're going to say send message dot chat color, so chat color dot red, and we're going to say you removed 1 item from your inventory as opposed to 1 items, so it doesn't look sloppy like we just wanted to lazily do this. We definitely set this up so that it will look nice. So we are going to break out of that. And the default you don't have to break out of because it is the default. If none of these are true, then it's going to go to this one. And we are going to say send message, and we're just going to say you removed amount from your, or items from your inventory. Items from your inventory. There we go. So we are actually done with this now. That's a pretty advanced way of doing this, but it is extremely effective, and it's actually kind of simple if you think about it. So Here's the plugin.yml. We have commands trash, pretty basic, just like any other plugin.yml we've created. We're going to throw away items, and there we go. So let's go ahead and build this. So here we are in the server, and if we type /reload, /reload and type /pl, so you can see inventories is in there. And what we are going to do is test this out. So let's type /trash, boom, there we go. Right when we type /trash, this nice trash can opens up, and we can put any items we want inside of it. If we close it, it will say you didn't remove any items from your inventory because we didn't have any items inside of that inventory inside of the trash can. Let's go ahead and grab some random items, like a tree, some glass maybe, some of this and this and this and that. Just some random stuff. And now we can go ahead and type /trash, and it opens up this trash can. Let's go ahead and add one item, this gold ore, inside of here, and let's remove it. And it says you removed one item from your inventory. So as you can see, it removed one item, no plural on that noun. And now we can type /trash again, and let's add a bunch of just random stuff. Like, I don't know what that amount is. I'm just randomly putting some stuff in there, and then we can see what this comes up with. So let's just go ahead, move this around a little bit, and there we go. So let's go ahead and remove these and see what amount it comes up with. As you can see, it removed 156 items from my inventory, which is the correct amount, I believe, because it just counts up all the items in there and gives the amount inside of the int amount. So thank you guys for watching. That was a cool tutorial on how to create a trash can that counts the amount of items you remove from the trash can, and I will see you guys in episode 15.